At Cpac Education Foundation, we have a number of representatives that serve as ambassadors through the organization. These ambassadors embody the mission of the organization, and they uphold the values of the Chinese professional community. It gives me great pleasure tonight to introduce Dr. Vu-Kiet Tran to talk a little bit about his life experience and his motivation for becoming one of Cpac's first ambassadors. So if you please welcome Dr. Tran to the stage. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Dear distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Vu-Kiet Tran. I'm a family doctor and an emergency doctor here in the city of Toronto, in GTA, downtown Toronto. I guess I'm here to share a little bit about my story and how I came about to encounter with Cpac. And I guess it started about 2 years ago when I noticed that there's a society, an organization called Cpac, that was trying to help new immigrants, new professionals, come to establish into our great land, Canada, this nice province of Ontario. And I was looking for ways to help these new immigrants and how to help them get into the system, get into the workforce, and contribute a little bit more. And I guess I can't really give you the extent of why I did this without giving you a little bit of my life story. I know tonight is about the recipient, so I'll be a little bit short in telling my story. But my family and I, we arrived in Montreal in the late 70s, in fact in 1979, as the boat people. And I don't know if you recall, the boat people are people from Vietnam and refugees. And when we first landed in Canada, we were well received by a lot of our neighbors and Canadians. But life was still very difficult for my family. And I think a common experience with all newcomers and new immigrants to this country is that every family and every newcomer have to struggle. And as a young boy, I was seeing my parents work very hard, working in hat factories, working for minimum wage and trying to raise our family. And it was very difficult to see my parents go through those times to educate us. And despite not having ever owned a house or never ever owned a car, I think we never felt really poor because we saw how our parents work really hard. And I think this is the same thing that I see in the new immigrants that are actually the members of Cpac today. I see doctors, I see accountants, pharmacists, nurses, who work very hard to try to assimilate and reestablish themselves into the Canadian workforce. And I guess for me, seeing how they struggle and seeing how they try to contribute to their new society, I felt that it was a little bit of my role and my responsibility to help them. And I think it is with a lot of pleasure that I currently serve as the ambassador, as a mentor to a lot of the new doctors coming to Canada and trying to get back into the system and contribute in a very, very large way to the Canadian society. And I think tonight what I really am happy to see is that the amount of people here tonight to support Cpac and to support the Education Foundation. I'm also very happy to see that a lot of people are here to support the Endowment Fund, which is designed to help with the preservation and the maintenance of cultural heritage, but also more importantly to support the Education Foundation so that more professionals coming from abroad, whether it's China or other countries, can benefit from your help. So from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of Cpac, I want to thank everyone for being here tonight and to support the Education Foundation and the Endowment Fund. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Chen. Very inspiring speech. As a member of immigrant community, we have gone through our own hard days. Therefore, we feel obligated to give a helping hand to those who are in need.
Ladies and gentlemen, to echo Dr. Tran's comments about the endowment fund, it's one of the primary reasons we're here tonight. Inside your program book and even on the table, you'll find an envelope to help facilitate any contributions to the endowment fund of the Cpac Education Foundation. It's with your support and generosity that we can continue to expand our services to the community with the newcomers and the young Canadians who represent the future of the Chinese professionals. Please contribute. We'll send a volunteer around in a short while to collect. And we'd like to bring you now to introduce Howard Shen.
那在您的桌子上呢，每个桌子上都有一个小信封那就是我们的捐款信封，请您抽时间填好之后放到桌子上的小盒子中，我们的志愿者会来收取。我们所有的募捐呢，将会拨归 Cpac 教育基金的留本基金。有了您的慷慨支持，我们可以帮助移民社区更多的朋友们，为他们提供更好的服务。以及支持我们未来的国家栋梁，莫因善小而不为。我们感谢您的支持。Okay, and one of the highlights of tonight's event is to celebrate the achievement of our students. Please welcome Mr. Howard Shen, Chair of this year's Award Selection Committee, to give us a brief introduction of Cpac Award. Mr. Chen.
Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How's the food? Good? Okay, but we have to get down to the business now. Each year, the Education Foundation of Cpac distributes scholarships and awards to secondary and post-secondary students who have not only excelled in their academic studies, but also demonstrated exceptional leadership skills through their community involvement. The foundation also provides assistance to students who have maintained above-average grades and are experiencing financial difficulties. As always, we are overwhelmed by the number of applicants. This year, over 180 qualified students applied, competing for 14 awards and scholarships in 3 categories. And all of them are outstanding both academically and in community involvement. Since 1999, the Education Foundation of Cpac has given out a total of 152 monetary awards worth over 150,000 Canadian dollars to outstanding students in local communities to help them achieve their educational goals. This year, we have 6 awards for high school students in grade 10, 11, and 12, with one award sponsored by HSBC and one sponsored by Li Ding. We have 5 scholarships for university students, 2 Cpac TD Insurance Meloche Monarch scholarships, 1 Cpac BMO Diversity Scholarship, 1 Cpac CC Time Scholarship, and 1 Cpac Peng Xiaoyan Scholarship. And finally, we have 3 bursaries for university students demonstrating financial needs, with 1 bursary sponsored by Li Ding. Tonight also marks the 3rd anniversary of the Cpac Education Foundation Professional Achievement Awards. The Professional Achievement Awards are given to selected immigrant professionals who have successfully transitioned into new careers in Canada and have demonstrated outstanding accomplishments in their respective fields. 3 Professional Achievement Awards will be presented tonight, with one of them sponsored by BMO. On behalf of the Cpac Education Foundation, I would like to offer our heartfelt congratulations to this year's award recipients. This is the result of your dedication, commitment, and hard work. We are proud to honor your accomplishments. Daryl Chow, tonight's MC, also the trustee of Education Foundation of Cpac, will announce the names of the recipients. Daryl, please.
Thank you, Howard. I'm actually going to ask Michelle to lend me a hand because as you've just heard, there are quite a number of recipients, and we just want to make sure that we articulate all of their accolades and the reason why they're here tonight. So I think the two of us are going to try to co-present and get the most deserving students up on stage.
Okay, so are we starting now?
Yeah, without further ado, I think we're going to start with the Cpac Education Foundation Award for high school students. Again, to reiterate, they have completed grades 10, 11, and 12, and they are encouraged to pursue higher education, academic excellence, and active community involvement.
Okay, exactly. Thank you. And there are 2 awards for each grade. I'm pleased to announce the recipient of Cpac Award, sponsored by HSBC for grade 10 student is Angela Yang Shen.
Angela is a grade 11 student at the University of Toronto Schools. She's in the Advanced Placement Program for Biology, Math, World History, and World Issues. Angela is a Junior Division Director of the Cpac Youth Foundation.
The recipient for Cpac Education Foundation Award for grade 10 student is Lisa Zhou.
Lisa's a student at the Milton Academy with high academic standing. She's also an active member of the Hu Hui Education Foundation and a semi-finalist of the Canadian Youth Badminton Championships. Congratulations, Lisa.
The recipient for Cpac Award, sponsored by Li Ding for grade 11 student is Lisa Yan Chi Huang.
Lisa is a student at Agincourt Collegiate Institute. She's also in the Extended French Program and a calculus and physics genius. She's a school champion in various math contests to boot. Congratulations, Lisa.
The recipient for Cpac Award, Cpac Education Foundation Award for grade 11 student is Jerry Wang.
Jerry is currently a student at Don Mills Collegiate with an outstanding academic performance. He's one of the top students of the school and a champion in various math contests. Jerry has been an active volunteer at the Toronto Community and Culture Centre since grade 9. Thanks very much, Jerry.
The recipient of Cpac Education Foundation Award for grade 12 student is Nina Chen.
Nina is a first-year economics student at Harvard University. Her strong leadership skills are shown throughout participation in various competitions, and she's also the president of the DECA Club at school. She's been a speaker for the Cpac Terra Education Seminar in the past. Congratulations, Nina.
The recipient for Cpac Education Foundation Award for grade 12 student is Carol Qing Xiao.
Carol is now a freshman, I believe, at the Eastman School of Music, University of Rochester. She's a twice winner of the highest scholarship from the Royal Conservatory of Music, and she's been the only one featured on Motif, the Royal Conservatory's nationwide bilingual annual magazine. Carol has received over 20 first-place awards and scholarships at various piano competitions and festivals. Congratulations, Carol.
Congratulations to all recipients. Now let's welcome Mr. David Guo, District Vice President, Toronto Metro of HSBC Bank Canada, and Honorary Advisor of Education Foundation Cpac, Mr. Li Ding, Mr. Doug Brock, CEO of CGA Ontario, and Honorary Advisor of Education Foundation of Cpac, Ms. Sue Tang, Trustee of Education Foundation of Cpac, to present the certificate and checks to the award recipients.
right, congratulations to all the winners. So at this point, we'll continue with the Cpac Education Foundation bursaries. The bursaries are provided to students who are enrolled in post-secondary studies and who have maintained above average scores and are in financial need.
The recipient for Cpac Education Foundation bursary sponsored by Li Ding is Xu Fang Chen.
Xiu Fang is a fourth-year student in disability studies at Ryerson University. She's also a recipient of Canada's Citizenship Award. Congratulations.
The recipient of Cpac Education Foundation bursary is Frank Chen Chen.
Frank is a second-year mathematics and chartered accountant student at the University of Waterloo with outstanding academic performance. He scores very high, average mark of 95%. Congratulations, Frank.
The recipient for Cpac Education Foundation bursary is Marian Safader.
Miriam is currently a second-year law student at York University. In addition to her excellent academic performance, she's also actively involved in her community. Thanks very much, Miriam.
Congratulations to all award winners. Please welcome Ms. Li Ding, Ms. Benggu Jiang, Vice President of Cpac, Ms. Christine Xu, Board Member and Trustee of Education Foundation of Cpac, to present the certificate and check to the bursary winner.
Congratulations to all the bursary winners. This year, we have 5 scholarships for university students. Applicants for these scholarships must be enrolled in a degree program and have completed at least 2 semesters of studies at a recognized university. Our candidates are required to demonstrate outstanding academic records and be exceptionally active in their community.
There are 2 recipients for the Cpac TD Insurance Monash Monac Scholarship. They are Pei Yuanhe and Victoria Yang Xu. Congratulations.
Pei Huan is a second-year life science student at Queen's University. With an average of 97.5, he finished his freshman year with the highest academic standing at Queen's University's Faculty of Arts and Science. He's also the lead author of a journal to be published at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology DSpace Server. Victoria is a third-year health sciences student at McMaster University. As a student, she excels in all of her subjects and currently holds an exceptionally high GPA. Besides being a high achiever academically, she has volunteered in various places ranging from mentoring to teaching students with learning disabilities and serves as a summer research student at the McMaster Children's Hospital. Congratulations to you both.
The recipient of Cpac BMO Diversity Scholarship is Di Mao.
Nice. Dee is a second-year math student at the University of Waterloo with excellent academic standing. Despite a very rigorous and demanding academic schedule, Dee is heavily involved with many extracurricular activities. He is the VP Communications for the University of Waterloo Financial Analysis and Risk Management Student Association, and he's a member of Student Council for the National Society of High School Scholars. Thanks very much, Dee.
The recipient of Cpac CC Time Scholarship is Riley Zhang.
Riley is a third-year economics student at Harvard University. She's the Honors ARCT Associate of the Royal Conservatory in Toronto, and she's also the CEO of the Harvard Association of U.S.-China Relations. She's the founder and past president of the McDonald Environmental Action Council and has also written a 5-song album to be released later this year in 2011. Congratulations, Riley.
The recipient of Cpac Pang Xiaoyan Scholarship is Lady Zhao.
Lady is currently pursuing a degree in a Doctor of Medicine at McMaster Medical School. She's an active member of the William Osler Center Etobicoke General Hospital Volunteer Program, and to date she has completed over 280 hours in many services, including ER connections, medical connections, physiotherapy, and as a team student leader. Thanks very much.
Congratulations to all award winners. Please welcome Mr. Paul Douglas, Vice President, Affirmative Market Group of TD Insurance Melange Monax, Ms. Margaret Yang, Vice President of Cpac, Mr. Adrian Chang, Director of Multicultural Market, BMO Financial Group, and Honorary Advisor of Education Foundation of Cpac, Ms. Lin Cai Liang, Publisher of CC Times, Mr. Long Huang Kim, Executive Advisor and Treasurers, to present the certificate and checks to the scholarship recipients.
Congratulations to all the scholarship winners, and congratulate again to all of the students for your time and your contributions to your community. Thank you so much, and congratulations. At this point, we'd like to recognize some of the other candidates that are here. The Professional Achievement Awards of Cpac are designed to recognize and celebrate the achievements of professionals who have immigrated to Canada and achieved outstanding status in their professions. There will be 3 awards presented tonight. We'd like to welcome our first recipient of the Cpac Professional Achievement Award, Professor Jean. We'd like to call on Dr. Zhu to come be presented with her award.
Dr. Zhu? Oh, here you go. Please invite presenter Mr. Changsen Liang, Parliament Secretary for Multiculturalism Canada, to the stage to give a congratulations speech.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, honorable guests. It is such an exciting night for me. I feel myself like a celebrity for the first time, though. Although I feel myself have been like a slave for many years, working like a horse. It's great to be on the spotlight. Thank you very much for Cpac for hosting such a wonderful, impressive event. And really, I feel so proud to be a Chinese. And we are all so proud to be a Chinese for such a strong China. On the other hand, we also feel grateful, I myself particularly, for Canada, to allow us to come to this free country, to pursue our dream, to achieve our potential. Thank you Canada for allowing us to come. This event also reminded me as if I'm at a wedding, because to be honest, I never really had a very formal wedding. That was back in 1987. So this can be a makeup event for me. And I really have to say that I can have everything today, mainly all because of my family. My husband and my son are there. Where are they? Thank you all. My daughter unfortunately cannot come today. So thank Jiaoyi and Kirk for your support for so many years. Without you, I really cannot be here. The other thing is also I do see many old friends coming to this event. I'm very happy to see you all. Thank you for your long-time support to me. Also on my table, sitting in my table are a few students of mine. My former student, Gong Cheng, Michael Go, and my current students, a couple of them here. So thank you all for your support. As you know that as a professor, really what I do is to ask you to do the work. And I just watch, that's all. Thank you all. Thank for everyone. Thank you.
It's my pleasure to present this Professional Achievement Award to Dr. Jean Su. I may also add that my profession is also as an engineer. I helped build many of the subways in China, and I know how difficult this task is. So Jean, this is a well-deserved achievement.
Thank you. Let's also invite the president of Cpac, Dr. Hugh Zhao, join the representation.
Congratulations again, Dr. Zhu. We'd now like to welcome our second recipient of the Cpac Professional Achievement Award, Dr. Luke Chen. This award is sponsored by Bank of Montreal. We'll watch a short video highlight of his career first.
Let's invite the presenter, the Honorable Michael Chen, Minister of Ontario Tourism and Culture, to give a congratulations speech.
What a feeling. What a feeling to be in a wedding. Congratulations to the previous Achievement Award recipient. And of course, what a beautiful moment for me to have my good friend, actually. I know Luke, well, of course, we know each other 5,000 years ago, and we had the same last name anyway. President Chow, Cpac board members and staff, my colleagues in government, foreign dignitaries, sponsors, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here tonight to join Minister and Su Wong in extending greetings from our Premier, Dr. McKinty. Congratulations to all the award recipients. Tonight is a celebration of achievements. It's also a great opportunity to acknowledge something that is so evident here. The positive power of community when people work together, when people help each other, when people understand that together no challenge is too great. As Henry Ford, founder of the Ford Motor Company, once said, coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. Cpac is a great success. For 19 years, your organization has grown incredibly in membership and scope. You have worked hard to help Chinese Canadians achieve their dreams of professional service. Examples of this success surround us here tonight. And you will go one step further. With your commitment to advanced education and the benefit it brings, you show incredible foresight on our young people by focusing on the potential of our youth, by providing them with educational support, by encouraging them to contribute to their community. You are ensuring a new generation of Ontarians will be productive, outstanding citizens and the leaders of tomorrow. We all know the economy is changing, and 70% of all new jobs are expected to require post-secondary education. Our government, the McKinsey government, remains committed in making Ontario's publicly funded education system the best in the world, because we want to stay at the forefront of the global knowledge-based economy. Ontario now has the highest rate of post-secondary education attainment among the 34 OECD countries. International authorities say we have the best schools in the English-speaking world. We have made room for 200,000 more students in our colleges and universities so that every qualified student who wants to attend will find a place. Going forward, we want Ontarians to know they can count on a strong, steady, experienced government, and together with organizations like Cpac, we will bring jobs and opportunity to families in Ontario. To Cpac, present and past board members, staff, volunteers, sponsors, I want to say thank you. Thank you for your positive contribution you are making to building a stronger, brighter future for Ontario. And of course, I want to offer my sincere best wishes to my friend 5,000 years ago, No Chan.
Thank you. Please, let's also invite Mr. Adrian Chan, Director of Multicultural Market of Bank of Montreal and Honorary Advisor of Education Foundation of Cpac to join the presentation.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a tremendous honor for me to receive this very prestigious award from Cpac. Last year, I was sitting amongst the attendees at the same function, and two recipients of the award happened to be someone I met before. And during the citation, I said to myself, wow, these young men have done well. This year, I'm being honored for the same award, and my immediate reflection was, if I live long enough, I'm sure that one day, and cumulatively, I might be able to achieve what those young men have done. My life journey to Canada took a slightly different and yet similar route as those who are here today. Similar for the reason that we are all, or at least most of us, here came to Canada as a student or as a new immigrant. Different from most of you is that when you came here, you might already have a very definite idea or view of your choice of career before you came to Canada or shortly afterwards. I came to Canada from Hong Kong in September of 1970, and that was 41 years ago. That's why I told you, cumulatively. I studied in the smallest university in Canada, at least the smallest university at that time, the University of Prince Edward Island. I wanted to study music, but soon I was convinced to study something more practical. So I focused on engineering. Then I found out that I'm not particularly fond of engineering. Sorry about that, engineers. I switched to mathematics. And then I was told I could end up only be a high school teacher if I continue my math study. So my professor in economics told me to use my math skill and change to economics. I finished my undergraduate degree in math and came to McMaster in 1973 to do my master's degree and PhD. I finished my 2 degrees and started teaching at U of T in economics in 1977. Of course, in 1981, I went back to McMaster as a faculty member in the School of Business teaching finance, something I have never learned in my life. The question you might want to ask me now is why I'm telling you my life story. Yes, I'm doing this for a purpose. I was telling you my life journey not as an example of what to do, but rather what options are there for children. So often as parents, particularly as Chinese parents, we want to see our children as medical doctors, engineers, dentists, accountants, and other professional careers. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. We all want our children to have a good life, a comfortable life, and a life that is respected by their peers. We also want to feel proud of their achievements. Even though I spent my entire adult life in higher education, I want to advocate something that goes beyond medical doctors, engineers, dentists, or accountants. Life has many choices and many options. Children today have choices that they should study, learn, and grow with their heart and their interest. We can and should provide guidance and support. I look back and see how my career as a student who was interested in music and how that interest changed over time and led me to become a professor in economics, then finance, and then university administrator. Without any doubt, I have been lucky and fortunate, but I also follow my heart. Looking at the wonderful scholarship recipients and the parents at this dinner, I must say that you all have done well. I congratulate every one of you on this achievement. At the same time, let us not forget that the world has more than doctors, scientists, engineers, accountants, and managers. Our world comprises of many different professionals in many different fields. I encourage all of us to open our hearts and our minds to embrace the interests of our children. We should accept their interest, their love, and their talent. There's a wonderful country called Bhutan. And this country has recently received a lot of news coverage. The king recently married a commoner. In 2006, don't worry, it's not going to go very long now. Business Week magazine ranked Bhutan as the happiest country in Asia. The royal wedding was a big event. I was struck by the measure of progress in the country. I met the head of the Central Bank of Bhutan some years ago, and that was the first time I heard about the Index of Happiness. Bhutan's Gross National Happiness Index. The tiny, remote Himalaya kingdom first invented this idea of using happiness as a measure of good governance, an idea that China has now borrowed. It was first proposed in 1972. This is a measure used by the people to measure being well-governed, their relationship with the environment, satisfaction with peace and the pace of economic development, a sense of culture and national belonging. What a wonderful concept. We as parents should not measure how much money our children have made or what kind of career, particularly in traditional, well-perceived careers that they are in. Let's provide guidance so that they can follow their hearts and their interests. Let us measure success by knowing and realizing how happy our children are. Finally, I would like to thank Cpac for honoring me and for my many friends and colleagues who assist me in my career. In particular, I would like to thank Dr. Peter George and his wife Alison, who are here today. Dr. George is the former president of McMaster University, and he has been a friend and a mentor. Thank you, Peter. Finally, I would like to thank my family who walk along with me in this journey. Thank you, Rachel, Christine, and Anthony.
Congratulations again, Dr. Chen. Our third recipient for the Cpac Professional Achievement Award is Ling Jiang. We'll show a short video of her career.
Mr. Chen Li Gang, Consul General, People's Republic of China in Toronto, and Sue Wang, MPP, Scarborough Agincourt.
Good evening, Mr. Zhu, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me a great pleasure to be here tonight, not just as a newly elected MPP for Scarborough Agincourt, but more importantly, as a former school board trustee for the Toronto District School Board. I'm so thrilled and so proud to see so many of our students from the Toronto District School Board, former students Toronto District School Board, winning the awards. So I want to pay tribute to, first and foremost, to the organizer for tonight's event, but also the sponsor, for you to take on this challenge, to acknowledge, to recognize the many talented young people, young Canadians, and we know they will further contribute to this great country, to this great province. So I want to say thank you to each one of you for taking on this new challenge. But I also want to take a moment to thank the families of these young people, because without them, they would not be where they are tonight. So thank you to each of the parents and the friends, because I know you went through the same education journey as your child, because without your support, they would not be where they are today. My other remark is that to all the professional winners tonight, there's 3 of you, I wish that each one of you will take on the new challenge. I know as a new MPP, my responsibility, not just to the government of Ontario, to my constituents, Scarborough Agincourt, it is also my responsibility and duty to mentor. And we all heard about the word mentoring for many years. The new buzzword out there is called sponsoring, okay? It is absolutely important for each one of us in professional careers to sponsor another young person to the next generation. So it is my interest for those recipients, I know who you are out there, and I've read the program, please contact my office, because I am prepared to support, mentor, but more importantly, to sponsor you. Because at the end of the day, all of us are replaceable, And this province and this country can only be further ahead if each one of us take 5 minutes, 10 minutes to talk to our sponsoree or sponsor students, because I believe the future is on these young people. So I'm so thrilled to be here, part of this celebration, and I hope to be here again next year for the 20th anniversary. Yolanda, you and your team are doing remarkable work. I know your home is in my riding, so I hope to continue to support you. So thank you for this opportunity.
Congratulations once again to Dr. Zhu, Dr. Chen, and Ms. Zhang for sharing your inspiring stories with our guests.
Let's now invite all recipients, Cpac President, Gala Co-Chair, donors, sponsors, presentator, and government officer on stage for a group photo.
Ladies and gentlemen, my apologies. We have one comment, a speech from Ling Jiang. I think her assistant is going, or one of your friends is going to make a speech. You've lost your voice.
Yeah, actually, I just want to say thank you, Cpac, for giving me this wonderful award. Thank you, Chinese community, for supporting me all those years. And as you can tell that I've lost my voice, I got a terrible cold. So I'm going to get my friend Adrian Kerr to do a little thank you note for me. Thank you.
I'm speaking on behalf of Ling tonight. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, honorable and distinguished guests. It is a great honor to receive this award tonight. It's kind of nice to get recognized for doing something one really loves to do. Although I often joke with my friends that God loves almost everyone, but there are a handful he hates. And guess what? He makes them into writers. Writing to me is not a choice. It's simply a necessity, just like breathing. A famous American poet, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, once said in a poem, "Art is long, and time is fleeting." He was talking about how limited our life is compared to the eternal beauty of art. As a writer, I hope the flame of creative passion would keep burning bright in me for as long as I could breathe, so that I could continue to make my humble contribution to mankind through my writing. I'd like to thank Cpac for giving me this award and the Chinese community for your great support throughout the years of my writing career. Let's work together to make this world nicer, kinder, and more beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you again, Mr. Jiang. Let's once again invite all the recipients, Cpac Gala President, Co-Chair, donors, sponsors, presenter, and government officers on stage for a group photo.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming tonight. Thank you for your patience and thank you for helping us get through the award ceremony so swiftly. We're going to take a short break just before the main event comes. So we do have a feature performance, so we hope you stick around.
Right. Well, our server bring you your dessert, coffee, and tea. We would like to show our special thanks to Hilton Suites for their great food and services. Thank you very much.
This is their last call for the silent auction. Please know again, the silent auction ends at 10 minutes past 10. And like I said, we'll stick around for the feature performance with the Youth Symphony Orchestra. Stay tuned. Thank you.